Haze, the game that single-handedly saved the PlayStation 3 and bankrupted a once thriving company. This is the video review. Hello everyone, my name is not important, nor shall it ever be. When the PlayStation 3 launched in 2006, it stumbled out of the gate with an inflated price tag and giant crabs. For nearly 2 years, the world patiently waited for one of the most incredible, groundbreaking, earth-shattering exclusive games. After the immense critical and financial success of such games as Lair, it was up to Free Radical to follow suit and go bankrupt like Factor 5. This is the cause. Graphics! When this game was first announced, it was touted as the Halo Killer. Instead of being a Halo Killer, it wound up being the Free Radical Killer. Wonderful! I've always said, you might as well go out when you're on top of your game, and Free Radical was clearly on top of their game when they made this game. We're gonna focus on a few things that stick out graphically in this game. 1. The fire. 2. The guns. 3. The fire! Never before have I seen such incredible fire in a video game. The flamethrower is the culmination of 30 years of graphical evolution. I'm sure games like Killzone 3 and Halo 4 stole the coding from Free Radical when they went tits up after this. Just look at the fluidity. And the characters' groans as they burn. What a loop! We must examine the depth of this sound loop further. Forget about the guns. This game is all about the fire. Moving along from the fire, the cell processor was hard at work to produce some of the most vivid shades of brown. Observe, there's beige, brown, sepia, taupe, tan, brown, more sepia, copper, and poop. Sequentially fantabulous. 18.4 out of dirt. Gameplay. Touted as a mix of on-foot first-person combat and all-out vehicular warfare, this game promised it all. What we got was this. Boosh! And this. Boosh! And of course this. Boosh! And don't forget the flamethrower. The core gameplay takes place in constrained areas where your sole mission is to kill enemies and progress in the most linear of fashions. The ATV is a clear homage to one of the greatest games I've ever reviewed, Cabela's Big Game Hunter. For this alone, I award this game 3 burning loops out of 4. The first-person segments are what make this brown generic mess stand out from the other brown generic messes that are out there. What does this accomplish? I don't know! Beige out of 12! Story! You're a generic soldier in a generic war. There are generic soldiers that spout out some of the most memorable lines ever uttered in a generic game.
I was born into a world of war. I was born into a world where unless someone makes things right, they'll never be right.
When you begin the game, you're a soldier out to get some bad guy. You're a super soldier that takes a drug called nectar that makes your targets glow. That's about it. The game makers appear to have tried to weave some social commentary into the narrative by blending a mix of drug dependency and social norms. It all gets lost in the brown and the flames. After you inevitably turn against your squad mates and join the enemy, you lose your ability to use your nectar. Wonderful! Driving along the ocean was one of the most freeing, thought-provoking things I've ever experienced until I hit a wall. Boosh! Boosh out of boosh! Final verdict. When the PS3 was announced, we all pictured ourselves fighting giant crabs and dragons. Well, my friends, those promises were fulfilled, and in the wake of one of the greatest launches in console history, we got one of the brownest, bushiest, flamethrower, epileptiest, tremendous, boosh-tastic games ever to be an exclusive PlayStation title. I commend the makers at Free Radical for soiling an otherwise stellar track record with this brown, horribly conceived, generic masterpiece. Boosh! Brown flamethrower out of Boosh Fest out of 432. Go buy this game!
Boosh! 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 We're coming!
Listen, buddy, you know how it is. I don't mean to sound hard on Tyr, but I need to keep my guys safe so we can do our job. I want to keep you safe, too. I want us all sitting around the table for Thanksgiving, proud of what we did for these people.
Okay! Boosh!